Season 2. What? There's more? Welcome back. Welcome back to Rebel Without a Chill. Fuck. Rebel and Chill. Rebel and Chill. Special features with Matt from Fidel Gastros. Rebel and Chill. Rebel Without a Kitchen Season 2 was an extension of Season 1, sort of. You know, we were hot off the press on Season 1 where Dom, Kai, and Matt popped some champagne because we just took over Lisa Marie, or ooh, did I just spoil the surprise? We kind of said, well, we did a lot in Season 1 in Toronto, so how do we do that again? And it was kind of tough. I'm like, we had no desire of opening up yet another restaurant that soon into the business, so we were like, why not take this show on the road? And that's exactly what we did. So Rebel Without a Kitchen traveled in Season 2. Episode 1 was kind of the farewell, if you will. We started in Toronto. We had a massive food truck event at the Canadian National Exhibition, which is basically like the big state fair in a lot of the US states. Food is definitely a huge part of it, and there's rides and there's games, and it's like a big carnival, and it's a hoo-ha good time. So, shall we? Season 2? Should I hit play? I'll just hit play.
Here is what if 20 on scores.
So hold on, truth be told, I haven't seen most of Season 2 for a few years. I think I watched way more of Season 1 than I did of Season 2. So this is all very fresh to me.
To work in a cubicle, but it wasn't me.
Same intro.
Food and marketing. Join the street food movement.
I was like, we're doing the same song again, guys? Come on. Sorry. Why was I so animated for that? Hey, what up? Like, that's such a dumb Matt, dumb. It's fun to go back and make fun of myself, I'm not gonna lie.
And then bring these ideas back to Toronto.
A huge theme in the season. Bringing it back to Toronto.
I know it's just gonna give me,
Aww, Kai and I by the water. I love how we decided we had to take a boat ride for this. We couldn't just have this conversation on land. We had to be on water. The bombshell of Matt telling Kai on a boat, hey dear, I'm hitting the road, have fun. Yes, the plot thickens. Kai had no idea apparently that the Season 2 contract negotiations were in the works, which, you know, seems ridiculous only because she was part of the production team, so obviously she knew I was hitting the road. But hey, don't look at the credits, kids. Don't look at those credits.
it's a great opportunity.
Why isn't anyone telling me to shave for these episodes? No one was like, hey Matt, you cannot rock facial hair like most adults. Ditch it. So, pause, time out. So the CNE, true story, I've gone every year to the CNE since I was a kid. Since I was 3 years old, my dad or whoever would take me, and food was always such a big part of it. So years later, to be able to be at the CNE as a food vendor, you know, most people wouldn't think of this as a big deal, but for me it was a huge deal because I was like, hey, look at me, full circle life. No?
Such a big part of it, so.
I feel like I'm slowly talking in this season opener. My jaw is moving slower. Just me? Eh? What do you think, folks, if you've seen Season 1 and 2? Did my jaw slow down?
And I think it just makes sense to wrap it all up.
That green shirt makes quite a few rotations into the life cycle of wardrobe.
Say goodbye to everyone.
Should have probably got a new shirt.
Fried potato, we'll do a little bit of that. Let's go, man.
Blooming onions. I can't eat a whole thing.
Oh.
Anyone who can eat a whole blooming onion, my hats are off to you because they're huge. They're the biggest onions in the world.
I eat this every week. You die.
That's true. That's a fact.
Halloween just started, and I'll be popping up here next week.
All the voiceovers really throw me off. You can tell I'm like reading off a piece of paper.
Excited to dig in and see what you guys got.
So what's really cool about the food building at the CNE, because there's actually a whole building devoted to food vendors, there's like a little known rule that 20% of the food vendors in the food building make up 80% of the actual sales. So it's so important to have something crazy and over the top, or else you just kind of get lost in the shuffle. So it's Yeah, it's usually more about shock factor than it is about like, that's the tastiest potato I've ever had. Because that's what people say when they eat potatoes.
Whatever you do, you have to do it better than everyone else, so look better, sound better.
That's a bacon milkshake. That was interesting. You could taste the fat on your lips in the milk. It was odd. Did I win that? No, I didn't win that. They just gave that to me for sure. That's a lie. Yeah, right away the shoes. Yeah, I mean, I'm a city guy, so whenever I'm on farms, I always feel inadequate a little bit. They make, first thing right away, people look at my shoes and go, Converse? Come on. What are you doing? Okay, so, oh man, this is the best part of the entire season. And I remember watching it on TV. They had to edit a lot of it out because there's no way they could show it the way it actually happened. You gotta see this. Okay, so hold on. I'll stop talking until it actually happens. So, you know, we're just casually walking the farm, having a hoot, talking about some pigs. Then all of a sudden, they did that for an hour. I couldn't keep my shit together. There it is. It's like Planet Earth. This turned into an episode of Planet Earth like that. They're going at it. I mean, making love. They're making little piggies. Let me tell you how uneventful pig sex looks like. It's barely movement. Like they're just, yeah, it's all natural, right? For like an hour, these pigs were just in the position. Can we just talk about how unamused that pig looks right now?
I was laughing so hard, not because they were having sex, but because of how, like, look at how unamused that male pig looks. Like, that is just, he looks like he's taking a nap. Like, that's just beautiful. Well done. The life of a pig. I couldn't. And he was just like, yeah, it's another day at the office. I was dying. I was dying. There was no emotion.
My inner child just came out, eh? Yeah, a little bit. All right, so right before this event, I had just spent a lot of money on rearranging some of the electrical. So because you didn't have to use your generator at the event, you had to plug into their power source. So I just spent a lot of money on changing the power over and on all these cords. And I find out as we're setting up that every cord except for one of them that I bought was incredibly useless. So.
This bad boy. All right, so this goes to you. Problem is I don't have this step.
Yeah, there you go. There it is. The best part is I'm good friends with all these electrical guys now because I feed them every year. They're all like, Matt! Guys, I've learned this very quickly in my little food vending career. So if you're a food vendor, you feed the people that you need, i.e. power or security or whatever. You feed them early and then they will take care of you for the rest of the weekend. I'm a good boss. Yeah, everybody, cut bread in the dark. It's okay. You'll be fine. Don't worry. It's interesting to see some of the lineup of trucks and notice that not a lot of them are still with us. I did like, you know, the idea of traveling on the road. I did like that part. I felt like it was a little too heavy about like bringing it back to Toronto. It couldn't just be like for inspiration's sake. Like I kept having to like remind people I'm bringing this back to Toronto. That was the one part that bothered me. You know, I hadn't actually traveled that much through the US, so I thought I was actually the most excited about that because we did predominantly American cities. Philadelphia was one of my favorite cities we went to. We did not expect that. So episode 2 is Boston. So that was my first time in Boston and it was cool. All right, so Rebel Without a Chill, beep, beep, take. Thanks so much for watching Rebel and Chill. A little bit of special features on season 2. Next up, Matt goes to Boston to tackle the clam chowder. Whatever will he do? It wasn't me. I'm always looking for new cities to travel to, so if there's an amazing like state fair or a great food event in your city, leave a comment down there. And who knows, maybe we'll do, even though we're not shooting Rebel Without a Kitchen anymore, maybe we'll do a pop-up there at a festival near you. Ciao.